Let's be real for a moment. If you care about your health, your confidence, and your future as a man, this is something you simply can't ignore. There are daily habits, some so small you might not even notice them, that slowly chip away at your vitality. They damage sensitivity, weaken erections, and quietly put your long-term sexual health at risk. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you knowledge because once you understand what's hurting you, you can take back control. When you protect your body, you protect your confidence, your dignity, and your future. Before we go deeper, take a second to connect. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below, sharing where you're watching from. I love seeing men from all over the world coming together, choosing to learn, grow, and take charge of their health. Because here's the truth, your penis isn't just about sex. It's a signal. It's like the warning light on your body's dashboard. When blood flow hormones or heart health begin to falter, your erections are often the first thing to show it. A weak or fading erection isn't bad luck or just aging. It's your body whispering that something deeper needs attention. Ignore that whisper, and it could become a shout later in the form of heart disease or serious vascular problems. I'm Dr. Narita, a board-certified urologist who has spent over a decade treating men with issues like erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and prostate problems. I've seen thousands of men turn their health around by making small but consistent changes. And that's exactly what this message is about, understanding what not to do and learning what to do instead to keep your body strong, responsive, and alive. The first mistake is ignoring changes in your penis. It might sound uncomfortable to talk about, but those changes are your body's early warning system. When your erections become weaker or less frequent, it's not random. The arteries that carry blood to your penis are among the smallest in your entire body, so they're the first to show signs of narrowing. What this means is that erectile dysfunction can appear years before a heart attack or stroke. So when you notice a difference, don't brush it off or try to tough it out. Listen, that awareness could literally save your life. The second mistake is trying dangerous home remedies. This is one of the biggest problems I see online today. There's no shortage of myths. Guys applying apple cider vinegar, using makeshift devices, or following unsafe enlargement tutorials. I've treated men who ended up in the emergency room because they experimented with bottle caps, rubber bands, or metal rings that got stuck. Some even needed power tools to remove them. These methods cause micro tears, nerve damage, and sometimes permanent dysfunction. If you ever use devices like constriction rings, make sure they're medically designed and have a safe release mechanism. Never improvise with your body, it's not worth the risk. Another issue that seems simple but is more serious than most realize is hygiene. Poor hygiene is a leading cause of irritation, infection, and even more severe conditions over time. If you're uncircumcised, gently retract the foreskin and clean underneath with mild soap and warm water, then rinse and dry carefully. This helps prevent buildup of smegma, which can lead to inflammation and infection. But here's the other side. Overcleaning can be just as harmful. Using harsh soaps or scrubbing too aggressively strips away protective oils and irritates the skin. The goal is gentle consistency, not overcorrection. Now, this next one might make some men uncomfortable, but it's vital. Don't ignore pain, bleeding, or any unusual lumps. Pain during sex, blood in your urine, or sores that don't heal, these are all red flags. They can signal infection, kidney stones, or in rare but serious cases, cancer. Never assume it will go away on its own. And if a doctor dismisses your concerns or makes you feel embarrassed, find another one. You deserve care without judgment. Then there's the danger of taking unnecessary risks during sex. Confidence doesn't mean being careless. Penile fractures are real and they're emergencies. It happens when an erect penis bends sharply, tearing the outer tissue, usually accompanied by a popping sound, pain, swelling, and bruising. If that ever happens, go to the emergency room immediately. It's not something that can heal on its own. And always remember, lubrication is your best friend. It's not just about comfort, it's about protection. Lack of lubrication can increase friction and lead to micro tears. If your partner isn't naturally lubricated, that doesn't mean she's not attracted. It could be hormones, medication, or stress. Using lube keeps things safer, smoother, and more enjoyable for both of you. Temperature is another silent factor men overlook. Your testicles are located outside your body for a reason. They need to stay cooler to function properly. Long hot baths, keeping your laptop on your lap for hours, or even carrying your phone in your front pocket can raise the temperature enough to reduce sperm quality and testosterone production. Heat literally damages sperm cells and can interfere with hormone balance. So just make small adjustments. Keep electronics away from your lap, limit time in hot tubs, and let your body breathe. Finally, for this part, let's talk about something most men don't realize can hurt them, gripping too tightly when they masturbate. Many men use excessive pressure, training their bodies to respond only to that intense stimulation. This is known as death grip syndrome, and it can make partner sex less pleasurable or even difficult. The nerves become less sensitive, and mentally it can create frustration or disconnection. The fix is simple but takes patience. Relax your grip, use lubrication, and retrain your body to enjoy softer, more natural sensations. Over time, your sensitivity and satisfaction will return to normal. That's the foundation, understanding that your sexual health isn't separate from your overall health. It's all connected. The habits you have every day, even small ones, can either build your confidence or silently erode it. But the good news, every single one of these issues can be improved or prevented once you start paying attention. Now let's keep going because there are still a few habits most men don't realize are quietly destroying their sexual health. One of the biggest culprits is smoking. If there's one thing almost guaranteed to sabotage your erections, it's nicotine. Smoking damages the inner lining of your blood vessels and lowers nitric oxide, the molecule that allows those vessels to expand and deliver blood where it's needed most. Without healthy blood flow, it doesn't matter how strong your desire is. Your body simply can't respond the way it should. On top of that, smoking drastically raises your risk of bladder cancer, one of the most aggressive forms we see in urology. The truth is, every cigarette is like suffocating your circulation a little more. But here's the empowering part. When you quit, your body begins to heal almost immediately. Within weeks, your blood flow improves, and within months, you start restoring sensitivity and energy. Quitting smoking isn't just good for your heart or lungs, it's one of the fastest ways to revive your performance and confidence. Next, don't fall into the trap of beating yourself up. So many men tie their sense of worth to their performance in bed, and when something goes wrong, they panic or spiral into shame. But here's the truth, every man at some point has an off day. Stress, fatigue, alcohol, even anxiety about performance itself can interrupt erections. The real danger comes when you internalize it and let that anxiety take over. When your brain goes into stress mode, what we call the fight or flight response, it releases adrenaline and cortisol. Those hormones constrict blood vessels and signal your body to prioritize survival, not intimacy. That's why the more you worry, the harder it becomes to perform. The solution starts with compassion. Remind yourself that one bad night doesn't define your masculinity. Talk to your partner. Talk to a doctor if it happens often. But don't isolate yourself. You're not broken, you're human, and stress is treatable. Another overlooked truth, if you stop using it, you start losing it. Erections aren't just about sex, they're maintenance for the body. When blood flows into the penis, it carries oxygen that keeps the tissue flexible, elastic, and healthy. Without that regular circulation, scar tissue can form, sensitivity can fade, and yes, even size can slightly decrease over time. Your body is designed for function, and function needs practice. Even nighttime erections, those that happen while you sleep, are nature's way of keeping your system in shape. If they stop entirely, it's a signal something's off, either hormonally or vascularly. The practical takeaway is simple. Stay sexually active in some way, even if that means solo stimulation. It's not about frequency. It's about maintaining good circulation and connection with your body. So what should you actually be doing to protect your performance and health? It starts with your circulation. Exercise is your best friend. You don't need to become a marathon runner. Just move your body. Brisk walking, strength training, or any activity that gets your heart rate up improves blood vessel health. Nutrition is another cornerstone. Focus on foods that support nitric oxide production, like leafy greens, beets, pomegranates, and watermelon. These natural compounds help your arteries relax, letting more blood reach your organs, including the most sensitive ones. Avoid processed foods and sugar, which trigger inflammation and weaken your vascular system. Then take care of your hormones. Chronic stress, poor sleep, and excess belly fat can all drive testosterone levels down. Make rest a priority. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep helps balance hormones and repair your body overnight. Manage stress in ways that work for you, whether that's meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time outdoors. And if you suspect low testosterone, don't guess, get tested. There are safe, effective treatments available, and addressing it early can make a world of difference in your energy, mood, and sexual performance. Hygiene, again, may seem simple, but it's foundational. Keeping your genitals clean, dry, and well cared for prevents irritation and infection, which are leading causes of discomfort or erectile issues. And don't underestimate hydration. Your blood is mostly water, so staying hydrated helps every system in your body, including circulation. Finally, I want to highlight one natural supplement that's backed by research, L-citrulline, an amino acid found in watermelon extract. Your body converts it into nitric oxide, which tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. That means improved blood flow where it matters most. While no supplement is a miracle cure, combining this with healthy habits can noticeably enhance your performance and confidence over time. But beyond all the science and advice, there's something more important. Erectile issues are not the end of your masculinity, they're a message. They're your body's way of saying, pay attention. They don't mean you've lost your power or your worth. I've treated men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who've not only regained their erections, but also rediscovered energy, confidence, and joy in their relationships. And when you take responsibility for your health, you take back control of your life. The key is consistency. You don't need perfection, you need progress. A few small adjustments, quitting smoking, improving your diet, managing stress, and maintaining regular intimacy, can completely transform your body's performance over time. It's never too late to start, and your body will always respond to care and attention. Here's what I want you to remember as we wrap this up. Your body is always speaking to you. Every sign, every signal, every subtle change is your body's way of communicating what it needs. The men who stay healthy, vibrant, and confident into their 60s and 70s aren't just lucky. They're aware. They listen. They respond early instead of waiting until something breaks. And that's the mindset I want for you. When you start treating your sexual health as a reflection of your overall health, everything changes. The habits that improve your erections, good sleep, regular exercise, balanced nutrition, lower stress, are the same habits that extend your life and sharpen your mind. Your performance in the bedroom isn't just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and deeply connected to your sense of self. The goal isn't to chase perfection, but to maintain balance, confidence, and energy. If you take one thing from this message, let it be this. Erections are not random events. They are biological miracles powered by circulation, hormones, and mental calm. When any of those three fall out of balance, your body shows you through sexual performance. And that's not failure, it's feedback. And feedback means you can fix it. You can take action, make changes, and rebuild from the inside out. So protect your circulation, move your body every day. Eat real food that fuels your arteries, not processed junk that clogs them. Manage stress before it manages you. Sleep like it's medicine because it is. And treat your sexual organs with respect, never through shame or fear, but through understanding. They're not just tools of pleasure, they're barometers of health. When you care for them, you're really caring for your heart, your brain, and your entire system. I've seen countless men turn their lives around by following this path. Men who once felt defeated, disconnected, or ashamed, rediscovering their strength and passion again. It doesn't happen overnight, but it always starts with one choice: to take ownership of your health. Once that decision is made, everything else becomes easier. Your body wants to heal. Your energy wants to return. All you have to do is give it the chance. And remember, you're not alone in this. Millions of men silently struggle with the same challenges, but very few talk about it. That silence creates shame, and shame keeps you stuck. But when you choose to learn, to talk, and to take action, you break that cycle. You move from fear to awareness, from weakness to empowerment. That's the real transformation, because confidence doesn't come from never having problems. It comes from knowing you can handle them. So let this be your wake-up call. Start now. Protect your health, your vitality, and your dignity. If you've noticed changes, don't ignore them. If you've made mistakes, don't punish yourself. Just take the next right step. Whether it's scheduling a checkup, improving your diet, or committing to better habits, each move builds momentum. Over time, those small decisions add up to massive change. And when it comes to your sexual health, remember this: it's not about chasing youth, it's about maintaining function, joy, and connection. Your body doesn't need to be perfect to serve you well. It just needs care, attention, and consistency. When you nurture it, it rewards you with confidence, performance, and peace of mind. If this message resonated with you, share it with another man who might need to hear it. You never know whose life you might help change just by passing on the information. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. What's one change you're committing to starting today? Dr. Selena Clarke, and my mission is to help men feel informed, confident, and empowered at every stage of life. Because aging doesn't mean losing your strength, it means evolving with wisdom. When you take responsibility for your health, you take ownership of your future. You can still enjoy energy, vitality, and intimacy for decades to come. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, and never forget you are absolutely worth the effort.